Excuse me? Who the hell do you think you are? Barging in front of me like that? You've got some serious guts, you know that? What's your name anyway? The janitor or something? What's a wrinkled old witch like you doing here, huh?
I'm sorry, but what are you on about? I don't even know who you are. In fact, I should be the one asking you questions. Like, why did you hurl that plate at my head?
I'm so happy that I hit you right in the face. I was afraid it would miss you and hit someone else. But you only have yourself to blame for getting smashed with that plate. I mean, I had no choice but to get you out of my sight. And you still haven't answered my question about what you're doing here anyway. Come on, spit it out. You were holding a mop for crying out loud. Are you even on the guest list? Are you part of the cleaning crew here? Or did you just sneak into this wedding and thought the mop would make a good cover?
I'll have you know that I'm a legitimate guest here and I belong here. I didn't do anything wrong. So what I want to know is why you threw a plate at my head just because I walked by you. That was totally out of line.
Well, maybe next time you should watch where you're going and who you're messing with. You had some nerve just walking in front of me like I was invisible. Don't you know who I am? I wish we all had to wear badges that showed our status, so that losers like you would have to bow down to winners like me.
What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Do you need someone to come here and take you away or something?
Oh, how sweet of you to care about my well-being. But I don't need anyone's help for anything. I'm fine, thank you very much. But if anyone here needs a reality check, it's you for thinking that you could just walk in front of me and cross me like that. Next time, know your place and stay out of my way. Got it? I won't be asking again, and the next time you'll get double the trouble.
You're just a guest at this wedding too, right? Judging by where you're sitting, I'm guessing that the groom is just your boss at work, right? So why are you acting so snooty and self-important at a wedding that's not even yours?
And who do you think you are to talk to me like that, huh? Don't you get that I'm better than you in every way? Don't you see that you're fighting a losing battle? After all, you were holding a mop. I don't care if you were invited. You were obviously just here to clean up after everyone. Maybe next time I'll throw some dirty rags at you so that you can do your job better.
Seriously? What is wrong with you? So what if I was part of the cleaning staff here at the wedding venue? You still have no right to treat people like this. But I think you've shown me enough what kind of person you are.
And now you're trying to tell me that you're not just a lowly cleaner? I guess it doesn't matter what your role is here. Everyone here from the office is below me anyway. But I suppose that's what sets me apart from all the other fools. I'm the only one here who knows that in this world, it's kill or be killed. Clearly, everyone else is too busy being killed to wise up and live like me.
Right, yeah, you are exactly the kind of person that I think you are. And that is not a good thing, let me tell you that much.
Whatever. You just watch yourself next time or else, got it? Because you're already on thin ice, being such a poor loser and showing up to a wedding like this. Anyways, I made quite the mess when I threw that plate at your head earlier while you were walking in front of me. So why don't you find a broom and clean it up, huh?
You know that you're not going to get away with this, right? I'll make sure of that.
Oh yeah? And just what are you going to do about it, huh?
Hey, Maya, are you alright? Where did you go?
I'm sorry, I'm in the changing room right now. I just needed to calm myself down after what happened. And I also think I need to sit down and catch my breath before I change my clothes.
Are you sure you're fine though? I mean, I heard a plate shatter and people scream, and I was really scared.
I'm fine, really. Thanks for worrying, though. That was all Monica's doing. Can you believe she threw a plate at me?
So that's what happened. But why would Monica do that to you? What was she trying to do?
I think she was trying to hurt me with a plate, and she succeeded. I guess she thought I was one of the cleaners for her company or something. I don't know I was in her way, and that's why she got mad and attacked me. But I'm glad she didn't hit me somewhere more serious.
Yeah, that's a relief. But still, I can't believe she did that to you. That's insane. And I feel terrible that I couldn't stop her.
Well, I think we should be thankful that no one else got injured in her little show. Maybe some people's clothes got stained with food, but that's better than getting hurt. And you shouldn't blame yourself for this, you know? I mean, I feel bad too for working with a girl like that.
I know, but now that I know what caused the chaos, I think I need to have a word with her. I mean, I was so happy when we hired her, but I had no clue she was such a wild card. I thought she was reliable.
Well, I guess sometimes these people slip through the cracks, don't they? But anyway, she still thinks I'm just a cleaner. She keeps telling me to clean up the messes around the place.
What's wrong with her? Doesn't she see that she's acting like a brat in front of all her coworkers who are also at this wedding?
I don't even know if she knows what she's doing is wrong. I mean, I don't think she has any self-awareness. But all she's doing right now is ruining her reputation in front of half the company she just joined.
You're right. And we can't let her get away with this. Especially after she targeted you for one of her assaults. I can't just sit here and do nothing about this. I mean, not on a day like this. We can't let her spoil everything with her tantrums.
I appreciate how angry you are, Rodney, but I'm just glad that I and no one else got hurt in this. Maybe you should just breathe and try to relax before the wedding starts, okay? Like you said, this is a big special day, and we shouldn't let some crazy woman ruin it, right?
You might be right about that, Maya, but just... please be careful. I don't want anything else like this to happen today.
Well, I'm sure that if Mia knew who I really was, she would feel very stupid about what she did. I can't believe you did that! Seriously, what's wrong with you, Monica? How did you manage to make such a mess in the time that it was gone? I don't get it. Don't you see what a disaster you're creating here? And what a nuisance you're being to everyone else here! Don't you have any decency at all?
The only one who should be decent here is you, by doing your job as the cleaning lady. Now get to work and clean this place up right now. That's why you're here, right? You're just here to be a cleaner and nothing more. Now move it. Get scrubbing.
You know, it really hurts me to have to do this on a day like today. But you're forcing me to do this with your behavior. I'm not going to clean anything. In fact, you made this mess, so you're going to clean it up right now.
Are you kidding me? Have you gone mad or something? Why would I do your job for you? You're the cleaning lady and I'm the real employee. So when I tell you to clean something, I don't want to hear any sass. You need to zip it and do as I say. You're cleaning staff and it's your job to clean. Do you get me?
I don't even know how to handle someone who thinks like you. I mean, why is all this cleaning on me anyway?
I told you I was sick of you talking back to me. I told you your job was to obey me. When I say something needs to be cleaned, you clean it. Don't you know that I'm on my way to the top of this company? You're nothing compared to me. And it's about time you showed me some respect. You should be grateful that you still have your job after all this sass you've given me. Now, if you want to make a living in this world, you'll grab your mop and start cleaning.
It sounds like you're really proud of your job at this company, aren't you?
And who are you to judge me, huh? You don't know me. Just shut up and do your job already. I've never dealt with help as rude as you.
You're really full of yourself, aren't you? But are you sure you know who you're talking to right now?
You act like that's a bad thing. Of course, I'm confident when I'm dealing with little peon nobodies like you. You're literally no one. You have no idea what I've done to get where I am. I graduated at the top of my class with amazing grades, and that's how I got my job at one of the biggest companies in the country. Besides, I have plans for my section head. He's not bad looking, and I'm sure that if we got together, we could make our careers go exactly how we want them to. After all, you know what they say, right? To get ahead in life, it's all about who you know.
But I just mean that you sound so sure that all those things will happen for you. Of course, it's good to have good grades and a strong resume, but you know that companies care about character too, right?
And why is a little bug like you talking to me about my character, huh? You don't know anything about me. Now, why aren't you on the floor with a rag, cleaning up the mess that I've told you to clean up several times now?
I'm not cleaning because I've already told you that I won't, and that you're going to clean up the mess that you made. Now take responsibility for what you did and start mopping.
You expect me to clean up that mess? That's hilarious coming from a little cleaner like you. You must be really dumb or something. Besides, where's your evidence that I made this mess, huh? Don't you realize how fortunate you are to even be here? The least you can do is clean up to show your appreciation. After all, the only reason you were invited was probably to clean up after everything is over here.
Are you sure about that? You sure act like you know everything that's happening around here, don't you?
And what's wrong with acting like that? If I do know everything that's happening around here, huh? You really need to learn who you're talking to. I mean, what was the CEO of my company thinking, inviting a loser like you to his wedding like this? Sometimes I just don't understand what goes on in his mind.
Well, I have some guesses of how I got here, but the one that seems the most likely is that I'm here to marry my fiancé.
Wait, what? What are you trying to say? Is there another wedding going on here or something?
No, nothing like that. It's just that your CEO, who's getting married today, had to marry someone, right? Anyway, if I were you, I would start cleaning up your mess before it's too late.
Whoa, wait a minute. I still don't get what you're trying to tell me with all that. I mean, are you okay? Or are you living in some fantasy world or something?
I guess you don't know as much as you think. You can ask some of the other guests if you don't believe me.
Oh, trust me, I will. I'll ask them if they can believe that a nobody like you actually thinks that they're going to marry the CEO of my company. In fact, maybe I'll go up and ask the CEO himself, and then we can have a good laugh about how crazy you are.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. Why don't you go ahead and do that then?
Hi, boss. This is Monica. I just wanted to thank you again for inviting me to your amazing wedding. I'm so happy to be here, but I have a small question for you. Who are you going to marry today? I don't think I know who your fiancé is.
What the hell are you doing texting me right now, huh?
Boss, it's me, Monica. You know who I am. I'm just curious about who you're going to marry today, since we're all here for your wedding. Because I met this crazy cleaner from our office. And guess what? She said that she was the one marrying you today. I told her she was nuts, and she told me to ask you.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. And yes, she's my wife.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I guess that's not what you expected, right? But it's true. She's my wife. And I'm very happy to marry her.
But hold on a minute. I don't get it. What's happening here? This doesn't make any sense at all.
What doesn't make sense to me is why you think you can treat my bride the way you did at her own wedding. Don't you have any shame at all?
But I mean, this still doesn't add up at all. So you're the CEO of a company and you're going to marry some cleaner?
And what's so wrong with that? Do you have an issue with my choice of a partner or something?
No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with marrying whoever you love, sure. But I'm just really confused about how you two got together in the first place.
You said it yourself, didn't you? Because of love. I don't think I need to explain myself any more than that to you, do I?
Right. No, of course not. I mean, I'm sure she's a great person. Sure, but well, don't you think you'd be better off marrying someone more on your level?
You're really showing off your true colors today, aren't you? But there's something you should know. I, as CEO of this company, think of all of my workers as equals. Even though they may have different jobs, different wages, and different rules, I want everyone in my office to get along. Or at least treat each other with respect.
Of course. I think that's totally reasonable as the head of the hierarchy, to think that just wanting equality is enough to overcome material differences in living standards.
Well, of course it is. That's how the world works. But what I want to know is why you have the guts to throw that plate at my fiancé.
You mean you heard about that?
Just answer the question right now. Don't you know you have to do whatever your boss tells you to do, even outside of work?
Well, the reason I threw the plate was because I had no other option. I mean, that's not it. It's because my hand slipped. Yeah, my hand slipped.
And that's really your story. You just want to say that your hand slipped and that's it.
Yes. I mean, of course that's what happened. I was there, so I should know, right?
I see. Well, I think I know enough then.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean you know enough then? What are you going to do? Maya, are you there? I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry for what I did to you. I had no clue that you and Rodney were getting married.
I don't give a damn about your apologies, Monica. What I want to know is who's going to pay for all the damage you did.
The damage I did? What do you mean, the damage I did? And what do you mean? Who's going to pay for it? I don't understand what you're saying.
You mean you really think that breaking plates, wasting food, ruining people's clothes with bits of brunch are all just going to be ignored? I don't think so. Especially not when it's obvious that you haven't learned anything from your actions.
But I did. I came to apologize to you for what I did because I didn't know who you were, okay?
Not only that, but you also stained the carpet of our wedding venue with the mess you made. And even though the carpet is probably the cheapest thing you'll have to pay for, just know that you'll be charged for that too.
But then how much money am I looking at paying? And are you really going to make me pay for every little mess that happens at a wedding?
I'd say you're looking at about $250,000 with all this, and that's just for the messes you made. Do you think that making a mess in a place like this was going to be cheap? Have you seen where we are right now? But you didn't care. You just wanted to live in your little fantasy world of hierarchy where you can treat people however you want.
Wait. Please, just hold on for a minute. How do you even know how much all this stuff costs? Why do you know how much it would cost to clean a carpet like this?
Well, that's because I own this venue, so I should know what everything costs.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't get what you're telling me. What does that mean? That you own this venue? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, let me explain it to you then. Before I owned this place, it belonged to my mother. When she died, I took over the family business of running this place. Of course, I have other jobs, but I also have staff under me who I can use to help me get things done. And I'm a bit of a clean freak, so I hope you're not too surprised that I know how much it costs to clean up messes.
So then when you were walking around earlier with a mop?
I know what you're thinking. Why would a bride be mopping at her own wedding? Why would she do that when a place like this has a staff that can handle messes in a snap, right? And yet, after I went over this place with a mop, there wasn't a single spot that wasn't shining.
Well, I guess now that you mention it, this place is pretty clean, actually.
That's right. But I also help clean because I don't like others doing things for me that I can do myself. It may be my wedding, but that doesn't mean that I'm some fragile doll who can't take care of herself. I wanted my staff to see that. I mean it when I say that we're all equal in my company. Besides, more than anything, I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. And if things aren't done to my standards, then I'm not happy. But I've learned that the best way to make sure that happens is just to do the work myself. But I guess someone like you never thought about actually doing something for yourself, did you? It's obvious that you expect people like cleaners to clean up your messes and take your insults on top of that. You're one of the worst kinds of people. Do you know that? You're what's wrong with the world.
You mean I'm what's wrong with the world because I look down on people? Are you joking?
You literally threw a glass plate at me because you thought I was a cleaner who walked in front of you. I don't know what else to say, except that you're a horrible person with a horrible worldview. I've met a lot of selfish people in my life, but you have to be one of the worst.
Okay, I'm sorry. Fine, I'll pay whatever the damages are.
I know you will. That was never in question, Monica.
Of course. So
what?
Well, I was just hoping that you could tell Rodney that I thought about my actions, realized what I did was wrong, and agreed to pay for damages. If you could just tell him that.
I see what's going on here. You think you're going to lose your job over this. And so you want me to talk to your boss for you? Is that it?
Come on! I already said that I would pay for everything, didn't I?
Oh, and you will pay? Trust me, I'll make sure of that. But who knows? Rodney might be a softie. You might be okay.
You mean it? That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Sorry, you didn't let me finish. He might let you off the hook, but I won't. As upper management of the same company you work for. In fact, as head of HR, I have a lot of power in deciding who stays and who goes based on their behavior. And I'm afraid you've shown yourself to be a terrible employee. And for that reason, we have no choice but to fire you.
No, wait, hold on. You can't be serious about that, right? I mean, you're not really going to fire me after I already said that I was sorry and going to pay for all the damages, are you?
Of course I'm going to fire you. It's clear that you haven't really thought about why what you did is wrong. And you were going to pay for what you did anyway. You were never going to get out of paying for the damage you caused. And then, when you've paid for everything, I'll fire you. It's really a simple process, if you ask me.
But come on. Don't you think that's a bit extreme?
I really don't think that I've even begun to be extreme enough for what you deserve. And you should know that I have a lot of influence in this town. A lot of people know me in all the companies you might try to work for. So, I guess you might have some trouble finding a job in the future.
You mean you would really ruin my whole career over this? That's going too far.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll find another job in another field. But you're going to be blacklisted in this industry forever. After that, Monica begged her supervisor to intervene and save her job. She fought hard and pleaded with me not to fire her, claiming that she had worked hard since she joined the company. But when I showed him the video from the wedding, he was speechless. So Monica lost her job. And she had to move back in with her parents, and I heard that she became a hermit. I don't blame her, since she found out I kept my word and banned her from every company in our industry. And to think that she could have been a bright future ahead of her. If only she didn't have such a big ego and think she could treat people however she wanted. I heard that she got some part-time work at her parents' insistence, but I doubt that she could last long in a job like that with her bride. As for Rodney and me, after we kicked Monica out of our wedding, things finally settled down and we went on with the ceremony without any more trouble. In fact, after she left, many of the guests came up to me and apologized for not standing up to Monica either. I told them it was okay, and that I knew how intimidating a woman like that could be. In the end, I was just glad that everyone was safe and that my wedding went smoothly.